So today I'm going to show you how to thread a serger. And at the Bull Run Makerspace, we have a baby lock serger. And I'm going to open the case here. I'm going to push this to the right and then open. And as you see, there's a lovely threading guide that's here already for you. And then I'm also going to open this by pulling it to the right and then letting it fall. So a serger has 4 threads. They have a lower looper, an upper looper, a right needle, and a left needle. And typically when you're serging, you want to use all 4 threads. There are times where you may want to use 2, 3, and we have the instruction book for the serger that goes through why you would want to change the numbers. But we are going to thread today all 4, both the loopers and both the needles. We're going to do the loopers in order: lower, upper, then right needle and left needle. So the lower looper is going to be the first one that we're going to thread. So the serger instructions tell me that I need to press in this button, and I need to rotate this wheel toward me. And I'm doing this because I want to engage the covers over the looper, and when I get it to the right position, you should definitely hear a clang. There we go. Okay. So you hear that snap, and this lever moves over to the left, and now the tubes for the upper and lower looper are covered. So when Baby Lock has a really great feature called whisper threading, and you will understand what that means in just a second. So I'm going to take the thread and put it in the first spindle and pull it through, pull it through at the top. And then here in the back is a tension knob, and you hear a click when you have the thread in the tension knob. And then I'm going to move this button over to L. There's a U and a L. We want the L for the lower looper. And I'm going to bring the thread down. And then I'm going to put the thread in this hole. And sometimes static electricity plays a role in this. Get in there. I'm just going to try to stuff about 1 inch or 2 into the hole, and then you need to make sure that you have slack here, because all of this has to feed through the machine. So I'm going to lower this lever, and this will actually pull air through, and we should see red coming out on the other side here. And I may need to do it again. Sometimes you have to use a set of tweezers. And there is a kit, a sewing box with the serger, in which we have all the tools that you might need. And definitely tweezers are something that you might need. So I'm going to stuff this down. And I know you're thinking, oh, I can't possibly do this. If she's having trouble in the video, there's no way that I can do it. And I'm going to tell you that you just have to have patience and perseverance and no static electricity. All right. Why don't we just trim it? Please stop thinking that you can't possibly do this. The first one is the worst. Then once you've gotten one, then you can build confidence for the rest. Because if I can do it, anybody can do it. All right. Let me pull a little more slack here. Now, you're going to behave yourself, and you're going to work, right? Aha! So the looper thread came out through the tube and in the right position. And I'm going to pull it under the, actually I'm going to just take it this way, toward the back. There we go. Okay, one's done. Hooray! I'm going to go ahead and trim the end since I know I had to do that with the other one. So now we're going to do the upper looper. Same thing, pull it, put it through. You heard the little click. I'm going to bring it down the lower looper shaft. I'm going to move this button to U because we're doing the upper looper. I'm going to take my tweezers. All right, I'm going to hope that I have enough in the tube so when I press this lever, it takes it all the way through, and it did. Yay! Okay, so this is the upper looper arm, the lower looper arm. This is the upper looper arm. So now the loopers are done, and I'm going to turn the wheel toward me until the green lines line up. So there's a green line on the dial and a green line here. I'm going to move that silver lever to the right, and now I'm going to line up those. Okay, for the needles, I need to uncover this little case here, cover. So we're going to do the right needle first. I'm going to carry it over, put it around this little hook and up over the guide here, and we're going to do the right needle first. So this is actually an automatic needle threader, and depending on which thread, which one you're using, left or right, there's a little guide here, L and R. So we're going to do the right needle. So I'm going to move this little dial over to the right, and actually I'm going to take this out of the way so that you can see better. So there's a little, when I push on this lever, a little arm swings down, and I'm going to put the thread in front of the needle, holding the lever down, and then I'm going to slowly let the needle go back. And as you see, it's pulled the thread through the needle. I take my tweezers, and then I pull the thread through to the back. Then the left needle is left. Put it through the guide, through the tension, down the slot here, under this little hook, over the top. And then this time I'm going to turn the needle threader to the left because we're going to be threading the left needle. I pull the lever down, the needle threader comes down in front of the needle, and I'm pulling the thread. This is another area where you might need to have a little bit of patience. And then I'm going to let it go back, and it has pulled the thread through the needle. And again, I'm going to move the thread to the back so that all the threads are coming out the back of the machine. So now you have threaded, or I have threaded the serger. It does have a guide, We've labeled everything here. The first time you do it, it can be intimidating. I'm not going to lie to you, but with patience, you can get it done. Put the cover back on, and I'm ready to use the machine.